Alright, welcome back to another review. You know what it is. So, people request me to do review. Well, it was part of this subscriber choice thing I did on one of my live streams. And everyone picked their picks, and I put their subscriber picks in the poll, and most of them. Well, it was tied. This one was tied with another movie with Gene Hackman from the 70s. And I had to choose. I was like, should I choose a Gene Hackman movie or should I choose one with Eddie Griffin from Undercover Brother? So I decided to choose Undercover Brother because I had no interest to watch the other one because I didn't really like the story of that one. Because I watched the trailer. Maybe because the trailer is different from the movie. I don't know. But I went with this instead, the Undercover Brother movie from 2002, starring Eddie Griffin, Dave Chappelle, Neil Patrick Harris, Gary Anthony Williams, that other black guy. I forgot what his fucking name was. But yeah, this movie, it's alright, you know. It's not a bad comedy or anything. I did, like, laugh at times. I laughed. Other times, like, the jokes started to drag a little bit, this and that, you know. I did really enjoy Eddie Griffin in here. You know, he's Undercover Brother. He goes undercover, you know, whoops ass, you know, those karate and shit like that, you know, kung fu and shit, you know, whooping a lot of ass, you know. I don't mind Eddie Griffin as a comedian. He's pretty funny as a comedian. I used to watch that show, Malcolm and Eddie, with Jamal Warner, and that was a pretty funny ass show. That lasted like 4 seasons or something like that. But the thing is, I only like the first 2 seasons of Malcolm and Eddie because like after the first 2 seasons of Malcolm and Eddie, it's just like they started changing too much shit. They ended up making Malcolm and Eddie work at this fancy bar or something like that, and they got rid of the big fat black guy that used to be there at the bar all the time. And Eddie Griffin's character doesn't work at the auto shop anymore. It's like, and they had these 2 random white guys in the fucking show later on in seasons 3 and 4. I'm like, who the fuck are these losers? These are the worst characters they ever put in the Malcolm and Eddie show. Like, you could get like 2 black guys, 2 new black guys or something like that. Well, who are these 2 random ass white dudes? I was like, who the fuck are they? These guys suck. I'm like, this shit's terrible. Like, I don't know why they changed so much shit after the season 2. I'm like, they should have left it alone. They should have left that at the regular bar with the big fat black guy. They should have left Eddie Griffin's character alone. Should let him be the auto shop dude. It's like, they changed way too much shit. And like also, those 2 didn't get along with each other in real life. I heard they hated each other. They hated like working with each other and shit. That's what I heard. Eddie Griffin and fucking Malcolm Jamal Warner, they didn't really get along with each other, I heard. And then that sucks, to be fair, you know. But hey, that's life for you, you know. Not everyone get along with each other, you know. But anyways, let's go back to this movie, Undercover Brother. Like I said, I'm not really crazy about this movie. I give this like a 6 out of 10. I'm not really that crazy about this movie because there's times, like I said, they go a little bit too much with the jokes in this movie. I mean, I will say they overuse jokes too much in this movie. Like the whole, you know, sandwich thing. You know, white people love sandwiches. Which that's fucking bullshit because I think everybody loves sandwiches, to be fair. It's not just white people love sandwiches. Everybody likes fucking sandwiches. This and that, and they went a little overboard with the sandwich joke and this and that about, you know, white people, you gotta be white and this and that. I mean, it's funny at first, and then it started getting like old with the white people joke and this and that. That started getting a little old with that. But I really did enjoy Eddie Griffin in here, and I enjoyed Dave Chappelle as the conspiracy brother, and I enjoyed Gary Anthony Williams as the smart brother. You know, I really enjoyed them as their characters. You know, they were pretty funny. Also, what's his name? Fucking the guy from Star Wars. What's his fucking name? Guy who played Lando. He's in here. He plays, you know, he's running for president. So the whole story is about what the fuck was his name? Playing Lando Calrissian. I always had his name in my fucking head, and I can't fucking remember when I'm doing this goddamn video. But that was his name. I gotta look it up real quick. My brain's retarded. Billy D. Williams. Billy D. Williams plays this general. So Billy D is this general, and he wants to run for president. And these white folks don't like that. He's gonna run for president because he's black. Just like what happened with Barack Obama, which, you know, Barack Obama was mostly for the white people more than everybody. He was just for the white people because, and deep inside Barack Obama is white. That's the truth because Barack Obama ain't shit. He's one of the worst presidents I ever seen in my life. He didn't do nothing. 8 years, sitting on his ass to do nothing. And people get mad at me when I say shit like that because it's true. He didn't do anything. oh, he did Obamacare. So what? Like, I don't know who's worse, him or fucking sleepy Joe Biden. I don't know which one's fucking worse. They're both fucking retarded. Well, anyways, so yeah, he's trying to run for president, and then the white folks, this older white dude told Chris Caden, yeah, that's his name, Chris Caden. He's this other comedian from Saturday Night Live. I never really found this guy to be that funny. I thought he'd be like a really dork. He was from that shitty movie Night at the Roxbury with Will Ferrell, and Will Ferrell's like a way funnier guy than him. That movie fucking sucks. That's one of the most cringiest fucking movies I ever watched in my life. That shit sucked ass. I don't get what's so funny about that shit. So Chris Caden's character is a bad guy, but the thing is, he really loves black people music, and he can't stop dancing to it. He does these goofy ass dances. They're trying to play black people music, like he do all these goofy ass moves and shit. I mean, that part is kind of funny, to be fair. I actually kind of chuckle at that part. He dances to black people music. He hates black people music, but he can't stop dancing to it. He's like do these fucking moves and shit, all these goofy ass moves, dancing to it and shit. I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, like I said, there are some things I find pretty funny about this movie, but not everything, because like I said, they overuse the same jokes in here, especially that whole sandwich joke, which I thought was pretty gross, when they keep showing the scene where fucking Eddie Griffin is disguised as this fucking professional dude trying to be white, and he's eating the sandwich, and it's like pretty gross. I'm like, I want to see him keep eating sandwiches while the camera's zooming to his mouth, eating the food. Like, I want to keep seeing that. That shit's gross. And like fucking Denise Richards plays this chick that keeps feeding him these sandwiches. She plays a she-white devil or something like that, which I thought that was Carmen Electra for some reason. And then I looked it up. I was like, oh, that's Denise Richards, Charlie Sheen's ex-wife, the model. I thought that was Carmen Electra for a second there, but I guess not. I don't know how I got Carmen Electra and fucking Denise Richards all mixed up together. I don't get that why I did. But I'm not really crazy about Denise Richards as an actress. I find her to be pretty bland as an actress. I don't find her to be really that interesting. I don't even find her to be that attractive, to be fair. She's like all right looking. I'll give her like a 5 out of 10. I don't really find her to be that attractive, to be fair. Maybe she had like too much plastic surgery or something. I don't know what it is. I just never found that chick to be that attractive. But also, this movie does mock those blaxploitation films from the 70s, and they make like a mockery out of it and shit like that. It's like a parody of those films from the 70s and whatnot. And I find it to be pretty funny how they mock those films and this and that, and it works pretty well here. And also, Neil Patrick Harris plays the intern in this movie, which works for the brothers and this and that, the Brotherhood. He works there with them, and like Eddie Griffin like questions it. It's like, well, why is this random white guy with us and this and that? He questions about it. I forgot what they said, but I think it was pretty funny what they said. I was like, that's the same thing. I was like, what's Neil Patrick Harris doing here? But I didn't find Dave Chappelle be that funny in this movie, like I did with like Half Baked or just the Chappelle Show. He was like all right in this movie. He wasn't like really over the top, going crazy and this and that, see all his funny ass shit like he usually does on the Chappelle Show or Half Baked, because most of that was his writing. Here, somebody else wrote this movie. He just doing it by the script. I don't know. Maybe like some of this part of this movie, he does his own thing. But I'm not 100% sure he does his own thing. I might have to look it up later on. So this movie is directed by a guy named Malcolm D. Lee, who is related to, Spike Lee. I think they're like cousins or something like that. And this guy made that shitty fucking Space Jam movie with LeBron James. Oh, God. Not that fucking movie. Oh. He also did that fucking Kevin Hart movie, Night School. He did Girls Trip. Girls Trip's alright, though. He did fucking Scary Movie 5. That's just trash. Barbershop 3's trash. He did a lot of fucking garbage-ass movies. Like, this guy, he had some good movies and others are bad movies. Like, trust me, he has good movies like Soul Men with Bernie Mac and Samuel L. Jackson, and the other one, what's the other one here? Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins with Martin Lawrence. Those two movies were fucking hilarious. I really enjoyed those two movies, Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins, and Soul Man. I really enjoyed those films. This one right here, Undercover Brother, was alright. Roll Bounce, no, I'm not gonna watch a movie with Nick Cannon or Bow Wow. I'm not a fan of those two actors or rappers, what do you want to call them, comedians. I don't fucking care. I don't like them. I don't find them funny or anything. Especially Bow Wow. Bow Wow can't act. He sucks. He makes shitty music and he can't act. But anyways, Okay, so let's wrap up this review. Okay, so what happened here is, Billy D. Williams, the general, he goes on TV and he's opened up all these chicken restaurants and whatnot, which that's how he's supposed to say. He's supposed to be running as president of the United States, but now he's changed his mind, and the undercover Brotherhood is trying to figure out what's going on with that. I mean, the Brotherhood, they're trying to figure out what's going on with that. Like, why he changed his mind. So they decide, let's hire Undercover Brother, and they decide to hire him. And they send him off with Sister Girl. They go to the mansion, and Undercover Brother gets a fight with the Feather, and the Feather makes up this lie, said this black guy's trying to rob me, which I thought that was pretty funny. And he had thrown shit at him, and he had thrown a $20 at him, at Eddie Griffin. Eddie Griffin takes it, he runs away with it. I thought that was pretty fucking hilarious. And that happened, and later on, like I said, the whole, she White Devil, Denise Richards, which I thought was Carmen Electra for some weird fucking reason. And she keeps feeding all these sandwiches and shit. And the other scene where fucking Smart Brother puts fucking Eddie Griffin in that fucking machine to make him turn white and know all this white people stuff, this and that. I thought that was pretty funny. It was like Get Out before Get Out happened, Which, like I said, I never watched the movie. I just know what the plot is about. I just never watched the whole movie of Get Out. Like I said, this movie is basically Get Out before Get Out existed. So that whole scene. But Gary Anthony Williams was pretty fucking hilarious in this movie. I mean, he's Uncle Ruckus. How is that fucking hilarious? He's Uncle Ruckus. Then fucking Smart Brother decides to test Eddie Griffin's character with this sandwich where he's like, hell no, I'm not eating that shit. That's a white people sandwich or something like that, which, everybody eats sandwiches, to be fair. Everybody eats sandwiches. White people eat sandwiches. Spanish people eat sandwiches. Asian people eat sandwiches. Everybody eats sandwiches. So I don't get the joke about that. Is it because white people don't put enough fucking stuff on their sandwiches, maybe? Is something to do with that? I don't know. I don't get the joke it is, but everybody eats fucking sandwiches. Which I still like the joke. I still think the joke was pretty funny with the whole sandwich thing, but then they went overboard with it later on. They keep feeding this dude sandwiches and shit when he's disguised as this normal dude acting white or something like that. Well, anyways, yeah, that happened. And then he gets in a final fight with the Feather. Well, before that, he was disguised as James Brown. He's doing these James Brown dances. He was making Chris Caden's ass start dancing, which I thought was pretty funny. And he takes out the disguise, and they get in a fight with each other on top of the mountain after the whole chase scene. I didn't mind this whole final fight scene. I really enjoyed this final fight scene they had with each other. And fucking Chris Caden escapes on a helicopter, and fucking Eddie Griffin throws those air things, not air things, those things you help your hair poof up and shit, those hair combs. He throws hair combs right into his ass, and he falls off the helicopter and gets eaten by a shark, which I thought that was pretty funny. And fucking he doesn't have a fucking parachute, Eddie Griffin. So, well, no, he does. He has his on his pants or something like that. He floats right down, and he floats down to Denise Richards, which she's a good guy now. Before she was a bad guy, and then she changes to a good guy, well, a good girl, you could say. And with the other guys, Neil Patrick Harris, Smart Brother, the other brothers, and the sister was there. And he floats down to them, this and that, and he saved the world, and everything's back to normal, and the general's running for president, this and that, and that's the end of the movie. So back then, I used to have an afro back then when I was in high school. I used to have the same thing. I used to have that comb. I used to comb my hair all the time when I was in high school. Everybody used to call me Afro Thunder. I was fucking rocking that shit when I was in high school, man. I was pretty cool with that. Everyone thought I was pretty cool when I had that shit. Then I cut it off because it was it's getting too hot in my head. I was like, I think it's time to change my style, which I did change my style. And I got short hair now. So after they got old, I had it for a long time. I had the Afro style. I had it since I was in middle school. I had that fucking Afro style, and I cut it off while I was in a junior year or something like that. I was I had it for too long. I gotta cut this shit off. But anyways, it was pretty cool having the fro. But like I said, this movie, it's not a bad movie. It's a pretty solid film. I'm just not really that crazy about it like everyone else is. Like those other black films I like Friday and fucking Rush Hour, or fucking How High with Method Man and Red Man, or Half Baked with Dave Chappelle. I like this movie a lot more than Undercover Brother. Like I said, this movie is not bad. I'm not saying this movie sucks. It's just I'm not crazy about it. Like there's other black comedy films I like. I like a lot of black comedy films. I can't name all of them off my fucking head, you know. Also, that car wash film with fucking Richard Pryor, Moving with Richard Pryor. I can keep going on and on. Other black comedy films I like more than this movie. But anyways, that's it for this review. Like I said, Undercover Brother, not a bad film. I enjoy it for what it is, you know. Yeah. Also, you could say this movie is for Black History Month, which I keep forgetting it's Black History Month because it's February. I know I keep forgetting about that. But yeah, you could definitely say this review is for Black History Month. So yeah, there you go. Fucking A. You know, I wondered to myself, what happened to Eddie Griffin? Like, does he still do fucking stand-up comedy? Does he do anything anymore? Like, what happened to this guy? He disappeared also.